everybody, this is Marley K. I have a story for you today, from the Huffington Post. And it is about this savagery of the POC coalition. And I'm going to talk to you about why I think this story is significant and how it is important for Black people. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez reveals what she and Paul Gosar discussed on the House floor. Cameras caught the progressive chatting with Arizona Republican who once shared video that depicted him killing her. So the people of color will coalesce with white supremacists at any time, open white supremacists for power. That's the gist of what I'm getting ready to tell you. And there's no such thing as a Black and Brown alliance once again, but let's get into it. When Reps Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Paul Gosar were spotted conversing on the House floor Tuesday afternoon, observers were curious to know what the New York Democrat and the Arizona Republican could have to chat about so casually. After all, Gosar was stripped of his committee appointments in 2021 for posting an anime video of himself attacking and killing Ocasio-Cortez. Now, y'all remember all the rigmarole about, we need to protect women and, the violence, la. When folks trying to get power, they'll throw all of that out of the window for power. That's my point. The topic at hand turned out to be what was playing out in front of them as the new Republican majority attempted and failed to elect a House Speaker. Without a House Speaker, none of the representatives could be sworn in and House business was at a standstill. Ocasio-Cortez told MSNBC's Alex Wagner later Tuesday that Gosar had brought up the possibility of Republicans cutting a deal with Democrats that could secure the speakership for Representative Kevin McCarthy, Republican of California. Challenges brought by Matt Gaetz and others meant that 3 rounds of voting on Tuesday failed to reach the necessary total to elect McCarthy, which this story was written on January the 4th, but they had to vote 14 times in order to get this joker elected. So this had been going on for some time. But this was the beginning. Still disgraceful, but it was the beginning. Ocasio-Cortez said with a laugh, "I think in chaos, anything is possible, especially in this era," but signaled that the possibility of a deal of any kind was not going to happen. So she's saying that these Republicans approached her for her to make a deal with them, not with her own party. And they went to her. Why? Because they understand that even the most progressive Hispanic Democrat will jump time and become Republican and a white supremacist for power. Because at the end of the day, everybody is team anti-Black people. If you're anti-Black, we're going to work with you. If you show yourself not approved and not on code with white supremacy, they don't work with you. And AOC has exhibited that she will do whatever she got to do. She's done enough stuff to prove that she's anti-Black for them to work with her and the squad for that much. She explained how things happen in the House when there is no consensus. Sometimes the leadership of your party, in this case, the Republican Party, will be making claims in order to try to twist the arms and get people in line. And a lot of times information and truth is currency. She continued. So sometimes to be able to fact check some of the claims that McCarthy is making, whether Democrats are going to defect or not, et cetera, is important in order to keep him honest and to keep people honest in general. So they're telling you that they lie. They lie to get power. They lie to get whatever it is that they need to get, and they will bend the truth in order to get power as well. So these admissions are troubling. Not that I didn't know already, but this is why I don't, excuse me, I don't really care about politics in general. Like, I don't care. I don't tell people to vote anymore. I'm not affiliated with any particular party. I don't care about politics because they don't work for us. They work for those people that you see in this article, AOC, Gates, and Gosar, and whoever else. It's a white nation, and white people run it, and they do white people business. They don't do nothing for black people. I said it, and I'm standing by it. She continued. So sometimes to be able to fact check some of the claims that McCarthy is making, whether Democrats are going to defect, I already read that, I'm sorry. Democrats rally around Representative Hakeem Jefferies to lead their caucus back in November and lined up behind him in Tuesday's speaker vote without issue. He is expected to formally become the minority leader once the speakership is decided and lawmakers are sworn in. I think what was important today, Ocasio-Cortez continued, was to send a message we were united behind Hakeem Jeffries as the minority leader or as leader of the Democrats, and that there would be no defections. But prior to this, there could have been defections, and she proved herself to not be loyal. So she did it, but not before she negotiated. Gates was also caught on camera speaking with Ocasio-Cortez in what she described as a similar conversation. Jefferies also said Tuesday evening that Democrats will not help Republicans navigate their own internal chaos. So I see this as AOC and the squad and other minority Democrats who are on the fence and got that anti-Black seed in their heart. They will work against Hakeem Jeffries, who is the first Black man to lead the House of Representatives for the Democratic Party. So it is just very, it's very interesting. I can't say if he's the first Black. I think he is. I can't remember if James Clyburn was, but I may be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But anyway, it is significant because Jeffries is going to encounter a lot of issues with the squad and the POC gang. Mark my words. The leaders of the House and Senate normally limit C-SPAN, the nonprofit that broadcasts federal government proceedings, to airing very wide shots and spotlights on anyone speaking, not panning to the sidelines for reactions or view on who is talking to whom. With no one formally seated in the House, C-SPAN was allowed to direct the cameras to the most interesting goings on. So they're telling you that these people basically work behind the scenes all the time, off to the sides where the cameras can't see them, and make deals for power or to get whatever it is that they're trying to achieve done. We don't have any allies, Black people. These people they're not our friends. They are not our friends. I will say that. They're not our friends. And AOC is another example, like Santos, also from New York. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. These white Hispanics get in power. They are reliably anti-Black. They'll reliably work with white supremacists. And in the case of Santos, they will flash the white power sign in the halls of Congress and say, oh, it was just how we troll the liberals. Why can't you stick your middle finger up? Why can't you do something else but using a white power symbol that they create with another group, or you say Democrats. Well, the Democrats are just another white group of people representing white power. So you flex the white power symbol at white power for what reason? I don't know. But I just wanted to show in the same week how these white Hispanics are in Congress making deals and dealing with white supremacists and flashing white power symbols. It is not by accident. We had the situation in California where the Hispanic council members were flexing their power and trying to exclude Black people and Black communities from having any power, and even, you know, making comments about a white member's Black child's behavior. So this is not by accident. This is a recurring theme. This is something that we've been talking about, and the Hispanic community is not talking about their anti-Blackness. They are not talking about how they will work with white supremacists. Even the ones, as you can see, you know, AOC calls herself progressive, but she will sit down with white supremacists to consider working against Hakeem Jefferies, a Black man. So keep in mind, you know, we don't have any friends when it comes to our issues, and we need to stop including everybody in our issues, helping everybody out, and they leapfrog over us and they get power. And what do? They work with our enemies. They work with people who don't give a crap about our men. They don't give a crap about anything to do with our communities. I mean, what is it going to take for Black people to get it? You have no friends. You have no friends. I'm people who think differently. I don't know what they see, but over the last 2 years during this Biden's Harris administration,